Venetia is a law of attraction coach and manifesting and abundance specialist. Venetia works with her clients on a subconscious level to remove everything in the way of reaching the life they love and deserve. She is able to identify and eliminate anything and everything that stands in the way of you matching your frequency to that of your dream. Once all blockages are removed, your path to your wishes is clear to walk effortlessly and with ease. Venetia, are you ready to come on the air? She's on fire. All right.
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Awesome. You are now live, and we are so blessed to have you. You're up to some incredible things in life, and we're going to be hearing all about those today, I'm sure. But before we dive in, let's start with your journey, how you got to where you are today, and some of the lessons that you learned along the way, maybe some of the challenges, so our audience can get to know you.
Wow, challenges. How long do we have? No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Well, Chris, I had quite a tough upbringing. My school grades were always bad. I always used to receive an F. I left school at the age of 13. I left home not long after at the age of 15. I got hooked up with the wrong crowd, which led to alcoholism and heavy, heavy drug abuse. This led to me becoming homeless on the streets of London for 2 years. So I had no clothes, I had no money, I had no food, I had a self-destructive thinking pattern. I was just miserable. And in order to survive on the streets, I turned to crime, which led me to imprisonment 3 times. Now, up on my release the 3rd time, I decided to move in with family members, which I didn't do from the beginning because I was kind of ashamed and also a little bit proud. And so as I moved in with family members, I began to seek help from professionals from a variety of different countries, psychologists, psychotherapists, psychoanalysts. And what I realized was that Western medicine pushed me deep, deep, deep into a very dark, depressive state, where I remained for 6 years. And I began to hate myself. I began to hate people. I began to hate life, the world. I hated everything. I was miserable. And I began having suicidal thoughts. So it was almost like I was in a mental prison. And because I feared for my life, I signed myself into a mental institution, which was a bad idea because not long after, I began showing signs of anxiety, sleeping disorder, and very, very high levels of stress. And that's when I realized, hey, I'm seeking for help from the wrong source. It can't be. If I wish to live, if I'm lucky enough to live, I have to change the method that I'm using. And that's when I decided to move onto alternative methods. And I began soul searching, heart searching, self-analysis, self-discovery, personal development, personal growth, self-healing. You name it, I've tried everything. And so I began working on my thoughts, my emotions, my attitude, my mindset, my outlook on life. I began working on everything. And what happened was slowly, day by day, I began eliminating the things from my life that made me feel negative, that drained my energy, that made me feel sad, that made me cry. At the same time, I would fill my life up with everything that made me happy, that made me smile, that increased my energy, that changed my body language, that made me positive. And slowly I began to see positive changes in my life. I mean, a miserable person living on the streets with a couple of addictions hovering over my head, all of a sudden I was this positive person. I restored my mental, emotional, physical, spiritual well-being. I became balanced. I became grounded. Gradually, slowly, I felt free. I felt energized. I had clarity. I was happy. I was healthy, most importantly. And that's when I decided to study the mind. I wanted to understand, why was my mind working the way it was before? And why was I receiving the results I was in the past? Why is my mind working differently now? And why am I receiving different results now? And so I decided to study the power of the mind. And that's when I discovered that the power of the mind is actually the power of belief. And anyway, this studying led to studying the law of attraction. And that's when it hit me, bang. I have been using the law of attraction from day one. We all are. But the only difference is before I was using it to my disadvantage and I was creating all this chaos in my life. So I was matching the frequency of chaos. And so I was creating chaos and I was receiving chaos. But now I'm using the law of attraction to my advantage. I'm deliberately, consciously creating the life that I love and that I desire. And so I'm matching, what I'm doing now is I'm matching the frequency of my dreams. Mm-hmm. And so I am receiving my dreams. You see, I use the law, and now I use the law of attraction for absolutely, deliberately, for absolutely everything and everything. I mean, I used it to pass my exams, NLP, subconscious programming, the human energy field, healing, emotional intelligence, you name it. I've used the law of attraction to build my career from scratch, a career that I love, to attract a perfect companion, a house with a beautiful pool, cars. I have a Porsche, I have a Mercedes, money. I've used the law of attraction to attract happiness, to attract health. And now what I do is I coach people to do the same. I help people shift the mindset because that's where it all begins. I change negative thinking patterns and remove self-destructive patterns and cycles. I remove limiting beliefs and everything that stands in the way, that blocks you from living the life that you love and desire. And I help people become the best version of themselves, to reach their full potential, to raise their vibration, to think positive, to feel positive, to behave positively. And I am on a lifelong mission now to help people get from where I once was to where I am today. And that's what I want to teach your audience to do today, Chris.
Beautiful.
I want to teach how to use the law of attraction in a way to match the frequency of their dreams.
That's awesome. And I'm curious, I love all that. And you've gone through this. Wow, what a journey. What a challenges and trials and tribulations I can only imagine. So for everybody who's out there listening, if you are going through stuff, right? Crap, shit. You don't even have any idea how you're ever going to get out of it. Just know that there's people out there who've, one, been through worse, and there's people out there who can understand what you've been going through and who are able to help you and assist you through that. So I want you to type in the comment box right now. If you're out there, if you're listening in the audience, type in support, SUPPORT, because there is support out there available for you, and we're going to be giving you a ton of support today, especially on matching the frequency of your dreams. So Venetia, you are a superstar. I'm so excited to dive into this today, and let's dive in. Let's find out about this topic.
Okay, excellent. Let's start with what the law of attraction is for the people who are not quite familiar with the subject. Okay. Well, the law of attraction is a name. It's a famous name given to the saying like attracts like, because by focusing on positive or negative thoughts, we bring positive or negative incidences into our lives. So in other words, negative thoughts are a magnet for negative life experiences, and positive thoughts are a magnet for positive experiences. Now, this invisible force that exists absolutely everywhere, it's present in our thoughts, feelings, our actions. It's present in our intentions, our beliefs. It's present even while we sleep. And it will energetically draw us to people, things, and situations that resonate with the frequency that we emit, because we're constantly emitting a frequency, okay? So in other words, we create our life based on our thoughts. So how does this work? Well, in order to understand how this works, you must first grasp the idea that everything in the entire universe is made up of energy. It's all energy waves. And this energy vibrates at different frequencies. So it vibrates at one frequency or another. So, Chris, you are energy. I am energy. Your audience is energy. All material, physical things are all made up of energy. I'll give you an example. If you take a material thing, it's made up of atoms, right? Atoms are made up of tiny, tiny particles called protons, neutrons, and electrons. And if you take a powerful scientific microscope and zoom into the particle, you will find that it's all just waves of energy. That's what it is. So everything is energy, everything vibrates, and absolutely everything emits, radiates, produces a frequency, right? Even our thoughts and emotions are waves of energy. So every time we think a thought, that thought now vibrates. and it begins to emit a frequency, right? Now, this is the interesting part. The universe, the space around us, reads the vibration that emanates from you, from I, from things, from events, from this show, and then it draws you to matching energies via the powerful force known as the law of attraction. So the question is, what is it that influences our vibration, our frequency, to determine what we will be drawn to or what we will draw to us? And the answer to that is our thoughts and emotions. Okay?
Yes.
So when you think a thought or feel a particular way, you project the frequency of those thoughts and feelings out into the world around you. And then the people that resonate with the frequency that you project will be drawn to you and you to them. So how this works is thoughts create emotions in the body, right? So if you have a happy thought, you feel happy. And if you have a sad thought, you feel sad, right? Now, these emotions influence the rate at which your heart beats. For instance, an emotion like anger will create an irregular heartbeat. Bang, 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 okay? An emotion like love will create a smooth heartbeat, right? Now, as the heart beats, whether it beats through anger, through frustration, through love, through compassion, as the heart beats, the vibration of that rhythm radiates out from the body, creating an electromagnetic field that expands from your body and affects your reality, affects what you will be drawn to. You see? So when we create thoughts and emotions, what we are actually doing on an energy level, on a quantum level, is creating electromagnetic vibrations that radiate out from our body and affect our reality. You see? And so I have many people that ask me, do all our thoughts impact our lives? So you're thinking, what, do I have a thought and bang, my life has changed? Well, it's not quite like that. We have two types of thoughts. The first are non-dominant thoughts. So these thoughts they don't have a significant impact on our lives because they simply come and go. They flow in and out of the mind. So they don't really impact our lives. They do have the potential to impact our lives, though, if we continue to think them. Okay. The second, however, are dominant thoughts. And these thoughts are constantly with us, whether we are conscious of them or unconscious of them. They are constantly with us, constantly playing in the mind, even while we sleep. Okay, and because these thoughts are constantly with us, they have the power to trigger the law of attraction and influence our lives. So, in other words, our life will always be a perfect reflection of your most dominant state of consciousness. For example, if your consciousness is in alignment with the frequency of love, you will be drawn to loving people, things, situations. And so your life will be one of love. You will experience love. If your consciousness is in alignment with the frequency of anger, that is what you will be drawn to, right? So we are drawn to the things that resonate with our frequency, whether we are aware of the frequency we are offering or not. Okay, so we will always attract according to our vibrational frequency. So what I have decided to do on your show today is I would like to teach you and the audience how to match the frequency of your dreams. So and by doing so, I'm going to use a little exercise with everybody.
Yes.
How's that? Yeah.
I love exercises.
love
Before you
them too.
continue, if you're out there listening, type in exercise if you love exercises just as much as we do, because we're always learning and always implementing. When we can implement right on the spot, that's like one of the most valuable ways to actually get a concept that at a fundamental level and implement it and see the benefits of it. So type in exercise in the comment box. Keep going, Venetia.
Okay, great. So for this exercise, before we begin the exercise, I would like you and your audience to think of what you would like to draw into your life. So it could be something non-physical, like more love, more health, more happiness, or it could be something physical, like money, a companion. So go ahead and select what you would like to draw into your life. So I'll give you a few seconds to figure out what you would like.
And if you're out there, make sure you write this down or keep it with you. Think of it clearly, think in crystal clarity. So it's like right there, big, bright, vivid, awesome.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay, what I would like you to do next for the next few minutes is I would like you to close your eyes, and that includes you, Chris. Close your eyes, relax, allow your body to sink into the chair you are sitting in and simply become one with the chair. Relax and allow my voice to guide you. Now, with your eyes closed, place your vision in your mind's eye. And begin to live your dream in your imagination as though it is happening now in the present tense. And try to feel as happy as you would if you already had what you wanted now. So what I would like you to do is see exactly what your dream looks like. Notice colors, scenery, people. I would like you to hear what your dream sounds like. Notice sounds, voices, and background noises. And now feel what your dream feels like. Notice the love and the joy and the enthusiasm of already having what you want. So what does it feel like to have what you want? Gather all those pleasant feelings that make up your vision. Capture all the joy, the love, and the enthusiasm. And try to really, really feel its reality. Live it. Believe it. Become it. Now, what I want you to do is amplify those feelings in you now. Double the pleasure and turn up the intensity of those feelings. What I want you to do now is breathe in your vision until it becomes the oxygen in your bloodstream. And notice how these wonderful feelings travel throughout your entire body, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, entering into every single cell of your being and becoming your vibration. And once again, amplify those feelings in you. Double the pleasure, turn up the intensity. Now know in your heart that all of your needs are met and everything is perfect. You are living your dream. It is whole. It is complete. It is fulfilled. It is positive. It is real. It feels true. It feels pure. It feels authentic. It feels whole. It feels hard. It feels warm. It feels loving. It feels you. It is you. Now sit with the energy for a while and imagine your body radiating out the frequency of your dreams. And know that the law of attraction is working for you. And simply allow this energy to flow. Just let it be. And when you are ready, slowly begin to open your eyes. Woo! Well, that's a huge smile on your face, Chris. I can feel your energy from here, actually.
Yes.
So, how was that, by the way?
Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. So awesome.
I use this method all the time. What you just experienced now, Chris, was you making yourself a vibrational match to your dream.
Wow.
So you created the right thoughts, emotions, and vibration. And at that time, the heart, the body was sending out an accurate frequency. Okay? Got a mosquito here. So it is now your job of holding yourself consistently on that frequency. Yes. So find ways as you go about your day to hold yourself consistently on that frequency so the law of attraction can bring you together. Why? How? Because we live in a universe where like attracts like. And therefore, you must first become the energy that you wish to attract. And that is precisely what you just did.
Wow, that was incredible. Oh my gosh. Felt so good, and
I don't
especially
want
the depth that we went into,
Yes.
like feeling like as if it's true, feeling positive, feeling it radiate out in your body, and then sending it out to the universe.
Yes.
Those are levels of depth that personally I haven't experienced. I'm guessing a lot of people in the audience haven't either, because we're told to write it out. We're just told to envision it, but it's not like become it, and with all these different modalities that you get involved.
Yes, because we actually attract according to the emotion, which is motion,
Yes.
energy in motion.
Emotion. Oh my
So,
gosh.
so I have a lot of clients that ask me, how do I know if I am attracting what I want with my thoughts and my feelings? And my answer to that question is, pay attention to how you feel, because your feelings and emotions are a natural built-in guiding mechanism. It's like your very own private GPS. A built-in guiding mechanism that is communicating with you and is constantly giving you feedback. So your thoughts and your feelings and emotions allow you to know if you are on the wrong or right path in life. If you are on the wrong path, you feel heavy, out of place. If you are on the right path, you feel light, easy. They also allow you to know if your thoughts are negative or positive, because remember, we create according to our thoughts. So if your thoughts are negative, you feel bad. If they're positive, you feel good. But they also allow us to know if we are in alignment or misalignment with our true essence. So if we are in harmony with our true essence, we feel that life flows naturally, because it does. If we are in disharmony with our true essence, we feel that life is a struggle, because we are going against the flow of life. It's like a wave. You're going against the wave. And so life will be a struggle. Yes, that's true. Wow. So that is how to match the frequency of your dreams and attract anything you want into your life. But just for argument's sake, just for the sake of the show now, let's say that you have tuned into the right thoughts and emotions and you still have not managed to manifest what you want, to achieve what you want. Then why is that? Well, this is because you have limiting beliefs stored in your subconscious mind. So what are limiting beliefs? They are subconscious programs of the mind, and they actually operate below the threshold of your awareness, and they block you from reaching your dreams. So just like a computer requires programs for it to run, we too require programs to run. But if the computer program is faulty, like a virus, the computer becomes problematic, right?
Yes.
The same with us. If our programming is faulty, like a limiting belief, a limiting thought pattern, we too become problematic. Our life becomes problematic. Like I was creating chaos in my life because I had limitations in my mind, okay? So what I would like to do with you and your audience now is to teach you how to remove limiting beliefs, and then how to create new empowering beliefs in their place, beliefs that will help you better match the frequency of your dream. Because we can sit in the moment like we did now and match the frequency of our dream, but that will only be our frequency for as long as we are focused in the moment. The second the conscious mind wanders off, bang, the subconscious kicks in with all your limiting programs. And now the law of attraction is actually working against you and not for you. Wow. Okay?
Yeah.
So I want to teach you and your audience how to remove limiting beliefs and then program the mind with new empowering beliefs that work for you.
Awesome. So before that,
okay?
For everybody who's out there listening, I want you to be engaged. If you have any questions for Venetia, make sure you ask. And then also, if you're enjoying this and you're ready for this next part, I want you to type in no limits. No space LIMITS. No limits, because there are really no limits to anything. Anything is possible. Let's keep rocking it, Venetia.
Okay, so the first step to remove the limiting belief is to set your intention. Okay, so set your intention and begin to take steps in that direction. You need to literally get up and take steps in that direction. So why do we take steps in the direction of our intention? Well, because this is enough to awaken your limiting beliefs. This is where your fears and your doubts kick in. And this is where many, many people give up on their dreams. Okay, the second they are faced with a fear or a doubt, which is not even real, it's an illusion, bang, they close off. Okay. So the first step is to set your intention, begin to take steps in that direction, because this is enough to awaken your limitations. And then what you need to do is be mindful. You need to be mindful of the limitations. So you see, the fact that you get clear on what you want triggers subconscious programs. So be mindful of them when they show up and write them down on paper. We want to write them down so we can be face to face with our beliefs, okay? And then the second is to understand the belief, because when you understand the belief, when you attempt to understand the belief, the limiting belief, you actually weaken its strength, okay? So to understand the belief, you question it. So you can ask yourself questions like, where did this belief originate? Whose belief is it? Is it a parent's? Is it a friend's? Is it from the TV? Is it a cultural belief? Is it a religious belief? Does it go back generations? At what age in my life did I decide to take on this belief? What were my beliefs before it? Or you can ask yourself, do I really believe what I am thinking? Seriously, do I believe it? Or is it just a limiting belief? Do I believe it? If you answer no, release it, let it go. Why do you want to carry it around with you day after day? If you say yes, ask yourself why. Why do I believe it? Is it true? Seriously, is it true? And if it's not true, again, release it, let it go. If you say yes, it is true, then you ask, where is the proof? And then begin to look for evidence. Okay, and then if you happen to find proof, question the proof. So use the same procedure again to question the proof, whatever it takes to get this sucker out.
Yes.
Okay, and then you ask yourself, does it serve me? Does it help me to grow? Does it lower my vibration? And do I want to continue believing it? And if you answer no, let it go. Okay. Now the third is you want to discover how the limiting belief serves or did serve you in the past, okay? And so you're probably thinking, well, how is it possible that a limiting belief serves or served me? Well, the thing is, all beliefs serve or did serve us at some point in the past, but maybe no longer do, okay? All beliefs. So I'll give you an example of a limiting belief that maybe served you in the past. And this also happens to be a true story. So I know a 50-something-year-old lady who absolutely hated her job. She hated her job and she simply did not want to work there anymore because it was extremely tiring and very, very stressing. So she would return home every day and her energy was just totally drained. So she hated her job. She didn't want to work there anymore. But at the same time, what she wanted to do, actually, she wanted to stay home and just simply take care of the house. But at the same time, she felt selfish and guilty to do so because both her and her husband were working to pay off the mortgage. So she didn't want to work there because it was seriously killing her. But at the same time, she felt selfish and guilty, okay? So, but because she repeatedly kept the mind busy with, I want to stay home without feeling selfish and guilty. I want to stay home without feeling selfish and guilty over and over and over. She created that exact program for herself. Bang, that's how easy it is to create programs. So what did the subconscious mind do? The subconscious mind created an all-over body rash that covered her shoulders, that covered the entire neck, that covered the whole face. And now she is unable to work and she stays home without feeling selfish or guilty.
Wow.
See? So that's what I mean by find out how a limiting belief serves you or did serve you in the past. You see, that served her in the past. That's now a program of the mind that she's created. And it served her at that time. At the time it served her, but it no longer does. Because what do you think happens now every time she feels stressed or tired? The rash comes back. You see?
Yeah.
It's a program of the mind now. So find out how a limiting belief serves or did serve you in the past. And then once you identify the limiting belief and you question it and you discover how it serves you, and then you will begin to understand why you create certain situations in your life. And then once you take full responsibility, 100% for the circumstances in your life, like I did in the past, then now you are ready to replace it with a new program. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's how you remove the limiting belief.
Beautiful. And I do have some people that are making comments. A lot of people are participating. Got Frank and Jay commenting. Karen says, "Oh my God, that was amazing to the exercise that we did. I've been doing a version of this at night before I go to bed as I have 2 very specific things I'm calling in." And she wanted to know, is this the process that you take your clients through and on, Venetia? I believe you said it is, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Very good. Yeah. It's rocking it. Karen, great stuff. This is
Thanks,
beautiful.
Karen.
Yes.
I use many methods with my client, but this is one of my favorites. This is a method that I use for myself, and it works every time. Every time. I wouldn't be using it otherwise.
Wow. Beautiful.
Okay.
Yes.
So is everybody ready to move on to the second part? So that was the first part. Are you ready to move on to the second part?
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to teach you how to create a new belief. Woo!
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
Because
So
when we don't replace the what we just uprooted and took out, right? What happens? What will actually naturally just fill that space if we just remove something but don't intentionally replace it?
It's not wise to leave a space empty. It's always wise to fill it up with something.
Yeah.
Okay. So for example, if you remove, if anger is stored somewhere in the body and you remove that anger from the body, you're left with a bit of emptiness. You need to fill it up with something like love, like compassion,
Wow.
kindness. You always have to replace it with something. You don't just start pulling things out.
Yep. Got to replace it. Cool.
You got to replace it. Then you'll be left empty.
All right, let's keep it rolling. This is gold.
Okay.
Venetia, you're rocking it. I love it. Let's keep going.
I love your show, by the way.
Yes.
So how do we create a new belief? Well, the first step is, again, to set your intention. I emphasize a lot on intentions. Why? Because intentions are like the blueprint of the mind, okay? The mind then takes this blueprint and begins to create your life from it. So without an intention, it's like driving through a desert without a map and no particular direction in mind. Where will you go? Where will you end up? God knows, right? So intention is very, very powerful. That's the first step.
Okay.
And the second step is to have the correct meaning of the program you are creating. Have the highest definition, the highest understanding, the correct meaning of the program. What do I mean by that? I'll give you an example. Let's say that you grew up in an abusive family, okay? If that is the case, you may be confused and unable to differentiate love from abuse. So now, today, as you go about your life, you try to create love, but instead of love, what you are creating is more abuse. Why? Because you cannot tell the two apart, okay? So that's what I mean by have the correct meaning of the program that you are creating, okay? If you don't want to, for example, if you were raised in an abusive family, you don't want to be confused between love and abuse and then try to create love, but instead of love, you're creating more abuse. And you're saying, why? The law of attraction is not working for me. I'm asking for love. Why am I getting abused? Well, you're getting abused because that's the meaning you have given to love in the mind.
Wow.
Okay? Wow. So you need the correct meaning for the program you are creating. And then the question is, how do you find the correct meaning?
Right. Yes.
And the answer to that is ask your inner guidance. Remember, we said before, your feelings and emotions are a natural built-in guiding mechanism. Ask your inner guidance and then notice how you feel. Does it feel heavy? Does it feel light? If it feels heavy, I don't like to use the word wrong, then it's not for you. If it's light, it's for you. Okay?
Yeah, it's not empowering. It doesn't contribute to your highest good.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I love your choice of words. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
And by the way, I'm curious, when you ask your guidance, what would be a specific question that you ask? For example, what's the meaning of love, or what is the meaning of filling myself with love, or what's the question?
Well, what you will do first, the process is put yourself in a nice, calm, relaxed state. Because if you're in a nice, calm, relaxed state, the things that come out of you must also be nice, calm, and relaxed.
Natural.
But if you're in a hectic state, the things that come out of you must also be hectic. Okay?
Got it.
So first, put yourself in a nice, calm, relaxed state. Close your eyes. Maybe even try meditating for 5 minutes or so. And then from that relaxed state, you can ask your inner wisdom or the universe, whatever you like to call it. For me, they're both the same thing, or a higher power. And then you say, what is the highest meaning of love? According to the highest perspective, what is the highest perspective of love? Not from your perspective, because your perspective might not be high. So, and then notice the answers that you receive that will come to you either as a thought, a feeling, a hunch. The answers that you receive, notice if they're heavy. Notice where are they coming from? Are they coming from a heavy energy? Are they coming from a light or a light energy? Okay, and then allow your inner wisdom, your inner guidance to simply guide you. Okay,
got it. Beautiful.
Okay. And then the third is, when you have the highest definition, the correct meaning of the program that you are trying to program yourself with, then the next step is to clear the negativity around that program. Now, don't get me wrong, there might not be any negativity, but if there is, you need to clear it. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, for example, I'm going to use love as an example again, because I'm a love freak.
Yes.
So let's say that you wish to program yourself with unconditional love, right? So if that is the case, then you need to remove all negativity around love, and negativity such as love hurts, love is bad, love is abusive, love stings, love will kill you, or God knows whatever people come up with. Otherwise, if you do not remove those negativities, they will act as blockages and you will never receive the love you want. So again, it goes to the previous step that we've discussed. So if you do not remove these negativities, although you might be trying to draw love into your life, unconditional love, or become unconditional love, because you haven't cleared the negativity around it, that are your limiting beliefs in your subconscious mind, instead of creating unconditional love, you will be creating more of love hurts, love is abusive, love is bad, and all that stuff. Okay, so you need to clear the negativity around the program that you are trying to program yourself with, okay?
Yes.
And then how do we clear this negativity? Well, the answer to that is the same way you created it. So you created it by either choosing to believe it because it felt true or real to you at the time. So maybe you were hurt in a past relationship and it really felt true to you at the time that love is abusive. So you chose to believe it, and so that's become a belief, and that's become a program of your mind now. And so it plays in other relationships that you created after that, and it will continue to play until you clear it. So it's not that you always bump into bad people, it's you're attracting these undesired relationships, let's say. Okay? So you created this either through because you chose to believe it, or it felt true at the time, or through repetition of thought. Okay, remember we discussed before dominant thoughts and non-dominant thoughts. So the non-dominant thoughts do not have a significant impact on our life, but they have the possibility if we continue to think them. But the dominant thoughts are the repetition thoughts, okay? The ones we're talking about now. So you either, or you created it through repetition of thought, because repetition creates habits, right?
Yes.
It creates habits. So habit ways of thinking, habit ways of feeling, habit ways of behaving, and habit ways of absolutely everything. The way you go about your business is a habit. The way I lift up this bottle to drink my water is a habit, because some people might just get up from there, or God knows. Okay, so everything is a habit.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is you need to start thinking in terms of the new program, feeling in terms of the new program, speaking in terms of the new program. So if you're the type of person that always says love is bad, then you need to slowly turn that into love is kind. Okay? If you're the type of person that always says I can't, you need to turn that into I can. I can change my life. I can accomplish X, Y, Z. I can achieve anything I put my mind to. Now, if the statement I can feels unreal to begin with, and you can start off by saying, maybe I can. Or if the statement love is kind feels unreal to begin with, you can start off by saying, maybe love is kind, okay? And then once that feels real, true, genuine to you, and you are able to connect to it mentally and emotionally so that it feels real, because you only create that vibration and you only send out that frequency when it feels real. Otherwise, if it feels like it's false, you're actually sending out the opposite vibration, one that's going to push it further away from you. Okay? And then once the maybe feels true to you, then you can move on to I can and I will. I will change my life. I can and I will create X, Y, and Z in my life. So, and by doing so, you are reprogramming yourself. You are decoding. You are coding your system differently. You are rewiring. You are reprogramming your subconscious mind, the entire system. You're reprogramming it. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
And then number 4 is, this step is a must. They're all a must, but this is where it plays whether you fail or succeed. Okay. And step number 4 is engage in new behaviors. So you must engage in new behaviors and activities to match the new program that you are trying to create, as opposed to sticking to old programs that match your old programs that you are trying to eliminate from the mind, right?
Yes.
So when you create a new program, you must also adopt a new lifestyle to match it. Otherwise, the mind will recreate the old program again. It will bring it back. So it's like saying, I'm creating a new program of love is kind, but at the same time, you don't change your behavior. So when loving people come to you, you kind of fall back. So what's going to happen to the new program, love is kind?
It won't work.
No, it's not going to work, and you will recreate the old program of love hurts, love is abusive, because you haven't changed your behavior.
Yeah, so it sounds like there's a lot of different factors that people would need to know about if, let's say, they got the vibration right and maybe they're telling themselves love is kind, but they could still be taking actions that are contradictory to that.
Absolutely.
And then that's where the power of a coach comes in who can help you, because like Venetia would be there one-on-one with you on a call, letting you know, and she'd ask you questions and be able to dig and find what are the behaviors that might be stopping you from actually achieving the results that you want. I think that's the ultimate power of a coach is we're able to see from the outside in and ask questions to get to the source of these challenges.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah. So it's set your intention, have a correct meaning of the new program, clear the negativity around it, and engage in new behaviors, and you will eventually have a new program running in your life, and make sure that the program that you are creating, it will enhance the quality of your life, and the program should always match the frequency of your dreams. There's no point wanting to attract money, but then you're creating a program for something totally different, like, I don't know, attracting love. The program must always resonate with the frequency that you wish to attract, and then you have a new, totally different results, like I did.
Wow. And for the people who feel like it's taking too long, what would you say to them?
Well, the second the mind stops to doubt or be impatient, then you are actually creating the opposite vibration within you. The second you stop to say, hey, what's going on? Then you are no longer a vibrational match to your desire, are you? Because if you were a vibrational match to your desire, you will be thinking, feeling as though you already have it now. Okay? You see, because the vibrational frequency of its presence and the vibrational frequency of its absence are two entirely different frequencies. Wow. So the second you stop to say, where is it? Why is it taking so long? Bang, you've automatically thrown yourself off that frequency of getting what you want, the frequency of your dream, and you've now put yourself on a totally different frequency, one that will keep it away from you because you're focused on not having it. So you're radiating that frequency of not having it, and so you must continue not to have it.
Beautiful. So I want to pause you right there. For everybody who's loving this content, it is gold, gold, gold. I'm so enjoying this myself. I know everybody out there is enjoying it too. And I want you to type in the comment box, if you're enjoying it, focus. Because what you focus on is actually what you are attracting into your life. And it sounds like if you focus on impatience, if you focus on, oh, it's not here yet, that's what you'll get more of. Versus if you stay in the state of bliss and fun and excitement as if it's already here, that's when you'll truly attract it. And I also want to encourage everybody who's watching right now to make sure that you do like, comment, and share this video right now. Go ahead and do that right now so more people can get access to this great information. So make sure that you do like, comment, and share this video. And let us know what your thoughts are so far. If you have any questions, we have a couple minutes left with Venetia, and she is rocking the house. So Venetia, did you have anything else that you wanted to share on what you prepared for today?
Well, I'm a firm believer in affirmations. I use affirmations all the time, and I would just like to give everyone to share with everyone a quick 7-step process to create fabulous affirmations that definitely work to your advantage.
Awesome.
Are you up for that?
Yes, ready.
Excellent. Okay, so number 1 is to be precise about what you want, so the brain knows what to work towards. Because remember, it's like a blueprint. Okay. Number 2 is find affirmations that feel right to you, because different affirmations work for different people. So find the statements that work best for you and begin to use them. Don't use statements that don't feel true to you. For example, remember before we said from I can, you can go to maybe I can, until you find the balance that feels right to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3, you need to really feel its reality, because we create our electromagnetic field based on our thoughts and emotions. It's our thoughts and emotions that generate the electromagnetic field. So feel that what you affirm, you must feel that what you affirm is happening now in the present tense. And you do that by trying to dwell in the feeling state of already having what you want, using the exercise we did earlier.
Yes.
Okay. Number 4, believe. You must believe. You have to believe what you affirm. Okay, so if you affirm something and you feel that you are lying to yourself, you actually create the opposite vibration within you. And you don't want that. So you don't want to be affirming love, but because you don't believe it, you're attracting something else. You don't want that. Okay, so you need to listen to the words that you say and feel them in your heart to be true, because we attract according to the electromagnetic field generated by the heart. Okay. Number 5 is to declare the affirmations. So state the affirmation as a declaration, not a desire. So instead of saying I want to become unconditional love, no, because that's a desire, and it's like on an unconscious level you're saying I don't have it. Okay. So instead of saying I want, you should say I am unconditional. So it's in the present now. And if that feels unreal, then you can find the balance again that feels right to you. Number 6 is to affirm with confidence. So never, ever, ever use the voice of fear, doubt, or worry. So you wouldn't say, I am confident, or I am loved, because, you're not going to trick your subconscious mind. You're not fooling the universe, okay?
Right.
So never use the voice of fear, doubt, or worry, because that is what you will get more of, okay? Your voice must always have strength, stability, and confidence within it. And to help you gain that the voice that you like, use your body language. If you stand in a power position, you've automatically got the voice to match it, right?
Yes. Yes.
And number 7, affirm often. You need to affirm often. So.
Yes.
Because repetition is the mother of all manifestations. So you can rewire your entire nervous system through repetition. Remember before we said repetition of thought creates habits, and then you rewire the system. So number 7 is affirm often, daily and often.
Beautiful. That was powerful. And then those are the 7 steps to having powerful affirmations, having affirmations that work, right?
Yes.
Cool. Beautiful. Awesome. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, you are a superstar. This has been an incredible interview. I'm so grateful. And if anybody out there has questions, be sure to ask them now, because we have a few minutes left. So Venetia, I want to hear a little bit more about what people can expect when they work with you and the types of results that you've gotten your clients. I know you mentioned earlier that you discovered this rash that this woman had because of this subconscious programming that she'd set up in herself. So what other things can people expect when they work with you as a coach? Or what else can people expect?
Would you like to hear my answer in a sentence or in a word?
Both.
Well, the word is magic.
Yes.
Miracles.
Yes.
And let's try and put it in a short sentence. A total life transformation. I mean, I went from homeless on the street, no money, no clothes, no food, absolutely nothing. My mindset was destroying me, and I went to heaven, and I am now. I have it all. I have everything. I have my career, which I built from scratch. My companion. I have my cars, my house, loving people, clients. I'm attracting all these wonderful clients to me, so they can expect a total life transformation. Seriously, and a shift in mindset. Remove all limitations that block you from reaching the desired outcome, and basically learn the power of the mind and how the body and the universe operate together, so you can draw to you absolutely everything that you want. Wow. How it can't become more magic than that, can it?
No, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's amazing stuff.
Yeah, have everything you want. Live a life by design. Be our greatest possible selves. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Oh my gosh, awesome!
And then you keep growing and growing and growing. You're constantly growing. So if I have a wish to reach to a certain stage, I reach that stage, and then from that new stage, I have another wish to reach even higher, and then from that higher stage, I have another one, and I keep growing and growing and growing. It's never ending. We're constantly evolving. We're constantly growing.
Why do you grow and evolve yourself?
What drives me? I have made it my lifelong mission to raise the vibration of humanity. This is what drives me. Wow. I'm on a lifelong mission. It's never ending.
And it will continue to live on.
Absolutely. And this is why I love your show, and I love what you're doing, and you're inspiring people, and people are calling in, writing in, and sharing with you their problems, their issues, and you sit there and you listen to them and you offer solutions. And we need more people like that. We need people to offer solutions. There's too many people just creating chaos in life, and we need more people like you and I, and like the other people that will be on your show today. And I respect and love each one individually for their work. It's amazing stuff.
Absolutely. Aren't we blessed to have the knowledge and the wisdom that we have, and the impact that we have, the reach that we have, and constantly growing that, constantly expanding that, constantly making an even bigger difference in even more people's lives? Yes, because
if the more people like us that exist in the world, imagine how the world can change in 5 years. And imagine the thousands of people that they will affect in 10 years. What happens to this world? It's amazing, a beautiful place to live.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So, Venetia, how can people take the next step with you? What do you have for them to do next?
Right. I offer one-on-one sessions.
Okay.
To work on absolutely anything the client wants, because although there are different areas of life to work on, it's one method required. And if you learn that the secret to the universe and the secret to the mind, then you can have absolutely anything. So I offer one-on-one sessions at 100 euros an hour. Okay. I offer special packages, 450 euros an hour for 5 sessions, and 850 euros an hour for 10 sessions. Okay. Now, with each session, I also offer a free complimentary Ho'oponopono cleansing, which is from a distance, a full energy cleanse around the person, around the subject they're working on, around the subject they wish to bring into their life, around the subject they wish to eliminate from their life. So it's a full energy cleanse. For example, I cleansed the entire show before I got on the show.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome.
Because energy travels, and I'm sure the audience are picking it up. Energy travels.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So I have many online courses that will be ready for launch in a month roughly. So if you visit any of my social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, under the name Venetia Zannettis. I've constantly got things for sale, but my online courses, whether it's regarding healing, the law of attraction, how to reach your full potential, the subconscious mind, how to program the subconscious mind, how to raise your vibration, my online courses will be on sale roughly next month, I'm hoping.
Awesome. Awesome. Oh my gosh. So epic. So last minute words of that you want people to take away for this interview.
What I want people to take away, you have an infinite field of power, possibilities, intelligence, wisdom within you. It all exists within you. We have just kind of suppressed it for a few years. But if you open the mental mind and you look inside you, you will awaken all this power that is just waiting and praying for you to express it and release it. It already exists within you. Just find it and stop searching outside of yourself. The power is within you.
Wow.
How's that?
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Venetia Zannettis. Oh my goodness gracious. Rock the house. You are a superstar, and thank you so much for taking time out of your day and your schedule. You're off, stacking up Porsches and Mercedes and making lots of money and attracting the companion, your dream companion. You're doing awesome stuff. So thank you so much for coming and sharing this information. And we would absolutely love to have you back on the show in the future. You're great. You're so great.
Definitely. My pleasure. It's an honor, and I love what you do. Well done.
Awesome. Thank you. And you have the best night ever over there and the best rest of your week ever, okay?
Thank you. I look forward to watching the rest of your show.
Awesome. Awesome. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.